Hello, true art believers, and welcome to day 89 of 100 days of drawing. This is your boy here, Pierson, and welcome to the #1 art stream in the world. Today we got skull action. It's Skull Week. I believe it's day 4. Did I write 4 on here? I keep doing this. I don't know if yep, I wrote day 4, so we're good. Day 4 of 100. Actually, not day 4. It's the 4th skull of this week. I hope you enjoy the drawing process. I got to get this going because I'm on a very, very tight schedule. I'm on a tight schedule, so let's begin. So normally I do a 30-minute live stream, but I'm going to cut it short to 25 simply because of the time crunch that I have today. And it's not because I anticipated or I want to do that. It's because I just have a tight schedule to work with today, and I have to get this done today or at least started. So anyhow, so today we're going to be focusing on the skull. I've been doing a lot of skulls as of late, actually, because I said it's Skull Week, everyone. So I'm doing, you guessed it, skulls. So this is going to be I'm just going to be starting out with a structural type thing where I focus on the skull, drawing the skull using lines, and then out of the structure that I kind of build here, you'll start seeing the formation of what is a skull. So that's what's happening here. Is I'm constructing what is essentially a skull using like just lines, essentially. So without further ado, where you're going to see like this kind of like box-like form, and I'm using this box-like form as a jumping point to my skull shape. And then I'm going to modify it, as you can kind of see me starting right now as I'm modifying. I need to back up a little bit. Right, I need to back it up. Beep, 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 beep. No, I'm backing it up. No. So I'm modifying it a little bit as we go. So this is supposed to be, I guess, like the cheeks. The cheekbone. Now what I've been doing lately is I'll do one skull sitting down, I'll do one skull tilted up, but I'll put a block underneath it and I'll slowly pivot, twirl it around. So you're going to start seeing it swivel slowly. So the next one will be more face forward. At least a little bit more face forward. At least I like to think that. This type of a skull drawing is a little bit different than what I've been normally doing. What you see me do, from what you've seen me do in the past, because in the past I was doing what would you call it? Reductive drawing, where I would erase the form from the drawing itself. So I erase those forms, and then through those erasure marks, you'd get the structure being made. And this, I am adding the forms into this piece. So there's not a lot of time to waste today. I'm trying to get this mapped out as much as possible because I'm going to spend a little bit of time tomorrow working on it, hopefully, and then I got to draw. It's probably going to be a late drawing session tomorrow, simply because I'm thinking about my schedule for tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm going to be gone all day. I really am. I'm going to be gone all day. And just knowing that is going to put a wrench in my plans, unless I'm able to find a moment in time to work on this. So I can tell that everything's all skewed. I'm getting a little too gridlocked. I always tend to. I'm not getting these angles as correctly as I want them to be. It's got to be sharper. So I'm thinking about, like, how am I going to make this work tomorrow? And to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to make it work. It's going to have to be like just a late drawing night. And I hate doing that. I really do. Like, I'm not trying to do it. Like, I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can. So apparently, like, this angle that I have is really, it's messing me up. It's messing me up big time. I can feel it. It's really throwing me for a loop. I'm also trying to do this more angular thing where I'm anyways, this is going to be not good. At least I think it will not be. And we got, okay, now I'm seeing what's wrong. I need to trim this down. Okay, I need to trim that down. Bring that up. Bring this. Don't exaggerate it that much. And let's see. That's about right. Now the nose, the eye socket goes down here. And this needs to be brought down a little bit. Okay. So what I'm having trouble is, like, when I do this tilt, I'm not getting the right tilt on the skull, and I'm like getting this in this corrective shift where I'm having to shift everything lower to accommodate for the eye socket because of how big I made the nose. And if that's the case, do I just trim the nose down like this, right? What do I do? Like, what am I going to be moving around and repositioning in this drawing so that it works, right? And so, like, I'm just trying to decide which avenue I need to go, because I only have 16 minutes to like correct all these positions. Yeah, it's skull week. I'm going to be drawing skulls all week, and then I'm going to do something different next week. Probably like one specific toy. So it's skull week. I'm going to draw a skull every day this week till Saturday, and then it's going to be something else, because I think seven skulls is enough. I don't think I want to draw any more skulls after that for a while. I think that'll be a good number to kind of work with. How are you doing today? Okay. So I think I got it. Maybe not. I don't think I got it. I don't have it anymore. I thought I had it. Get this weird little thing here. And we're gonna bring this up. Bring it up like so. If you're wondering why I play the same music over and over again, it's not by choice. It's the only one right now that's not getting flagged. Like, every time I'd mix it up, it'd get flagged. Like this is like, wait a second, I thought this was non-copyright. This is copyright-free music. I can play it. Anyhow. Let's see here. I'm going slow today. I'm getting charcoal over my pants. I got charcoal on my pants. There we go. I'm always messing up the teeth, even though I've drawn the skull numerous times. That's good to hear. That's good. What would make your day great today? I tell you what would make my day great today is not having to go to work after I do this drawing. That'd be nice. I don't know. I'm messing up. I'm messing up today, big time. Maybe it has to do with because I started out. I'm feeling a little bit rushed. I always say this though, like I always come up with some like silly excuse. Like this is an excuse. It really isn't. It's just more like because of the time frame, my time frame's always in a crunch. So like I don't ever have time to really spend time correcting the form in a manner that I'd like to correct it. So I never really can get I have to like just accept the overall shape of the skull that I'm working with or that I have and just like go with it, even though it'd be nice to go a little bit slower and actually spend time forming the shape of the skull to what it really looks like in person. But because of just overall time constraints, I'm not able to do that, right? I have to be a little bit more forgiving with my time or forgiving with how the skull is positioned, because there's a lot of things are off. Like I just whatever's happening here is not happening right. I'd have to really look at the skull and say, you know, what's off here? Is it the nose? Is it what this is? And I'd have to like spend time tweaking it. How is it off and what manner? Blah, blah, blah. Do I have the time to correct said problems with the drawing, with the skull? And sometimes it's like, nope. And then sometimes like, I think I have a little bit more free time to work on this. But most of the time it's like, I don't have the luxury of correcting the form as much. Perhaps it's this not going down as much. Maybe this needs to be brought down. maybe this whole bottom needs to be brought down. And if I bring this all the way down, then the skull on the right side of the drawing could be corrected a little bit more. A whole litany of things could be an issue. But I don't right now at this vantage point of 10, 15 minutes that I have. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy like I hope I'm describing it, or at least describing the process in a manner that's okay. Oh, that's so bad. Look at us. I'm straight. Here's the thing about charcoal. Like whenever you if everyone's seen if anyone's ever seen was it the Nutty Professor, where Professor Clump's like writing he's writing a formula down on some chalkboard, and as he's moving from left to right, his belly is rubbing away half of the formula. That's what kind of happens with when you're drawing with vine charcoals. You can, if you're shading from left to right, you can actually end up erasing half your drawing as you're moving to the left to right. I don't know. This, like, perhaps it's probably the mouth. It's probably a mixture of proportions and scale. I always typically exaggerate the nose, probably because it's closer to me. And sometimes I underemphasize the eyes when they need to be bigger. Sometimes I exaggerate the cheek area. But I know I have problems with the proportions of the back of the skull a lot, more often than not. So there's a lot of things that could be what's it called? That could be that I'm to be desired. To be desired, is that would that be the phrase? Anyways, lots of things kind of visually off with this, and that's fine. You know, it's a 30-minute drawing. I can't 30 minutes to an hour and a half drawing, which is like a sketch, really. You know, I can't hold too much of, what was it called? Like, be too upset at the outcome of a drawing that I've only spent less than 2 hours. You know, I can't be like, oh, why didn't the drawing turn out the way that I wanted it, right? I see what I did now. If I look at I made this left eye too big. This right here, it's too big. Now I have 7 minutes. I have 7 minutes to work on this drawing, and because I have 7 minutes, there really isn't much I can do. Maybe I can trim it down a little bit. Trim down that side. You don't see me using an eraser that often, so the fact that I use a eraser must mean that something's really off. So just doing that, I can probably trim it down, something like this. Trim it down a little bit. Yeah, so that helped a little bit. I just shifted it up a little bit in that direction. Another part of it might be what will fix some of it is shading. Like, shading will mitigate some of these proportional issues, especially if my shading's on point. If I do the shading well, then the proportional issues that I may or may not have will be less of an issue with the drawing. So just doing that helps. I also have problems with this left side because just like every person, you know, you're not symmetrical. So like this left eye, like the eye socket feels, I feel like it's slightly higher than the right side. I always feel like the way that the eye socket's position always feels a little bit higher than the other side. It always, no matter what, without fail, it always feels like it's a little bit taller than the other side. And so because of that, I kind of overemphasize it, and that emphasis on that form really exaggerates it and makes it kind of skewed. But I can see that once I start adding shadow, I can see that this is going to look a little bit better. And I'm going to add my trademark, excuse me, bolder lines, etc., etc., etc. So I think within the 5 minutes that I have, I'm just going to what's it called? Just going to do this. I'm just going to mask out the background because basically the skull itself is it's inside of a box that I have like a black piece of construction paper. That's what this line is right here. That's like a black piece of construction paper, and really it's the tone is either pitch black or just black. So it's like there really isn't like a light or dark right here. It's just like you go from ultra black to it's dark. It's really black. And that's why I when I'm drawing these skulls, you always see like the background is a black tone, because pretty much the background is almost pitch black, and then like you got maybe some subtle light variation right here where the black construction paper kind of shows is closer to light source, but not by a lot. So typically I'm just gonna mask out this back area, and depending on how much time I have left, I'm gonna. Either way, I will be working on this for another 30 minutes or so tomorrow. Maybe I might work on it a little bit tonight. I don't know. It depends how I feel after work. I might just be like, you know what? I just don't want to do it right now. No, let's go. I'll work on you tomorrow. You know, in between whatever. So. And then I think the next one, I'll have the skull more face forward. You're only going to see like the side slightly, the skull slightly just pivoted to the side. And then it's going to be raised up. And then the next day will be facing the other way. And it'll be raised up and then facing the other way a little bit further. So I just slowly pivot it as each day passes. So that's why you see the skull in a different position, in a slightly different position, not like a substantially different position. You know what I'm saying? So, what time is it? Ooh, 5. Anyways, righty. So let's see, and I got some Conte crown here. I'm going to soften this up. We're just going to soften this up, actually. What I like to do is I like to soften it up with the back of my finger here. It works. It's faster than doing the brush, although it's messier. And I also like having that nice little fade here, like a little fade. That's kind of nice. It actually works better than a brush because the brush kind of like shows the texture of the paper. When I use the back of my finger here, right here, that's when it starts peekaboo. Shut the door. Peekaboo. I'm distracted now. So there we go. And we're just going to start by using this Conte crown. The Conte crown is kind of like I like it a little bit more than the charcoal pencil, because of the charcoal pencil you can't do this, or the charcoal block you can't do this. You can do that with the charcoal block. What, you can't see it. I made a little mark right there. You can barely see it, but like with the charcoal block, it doesn't do that texture. It's more toothy. With the Conte crown, it's not as toothy of a mark. All right. Alrighty. So we're getting towards that time. You know, we're getting closer to that time of day where I had to say, I'm done. I got like a minute left. And I'm going to work on this a little bit more later on tonight and tomorrow. I usually try to get a little bit. I'm actually, when I do that, I cut it really close because like I have very limited free time, and so when I'm doing this, whenever you see me do a live stream drawing, I've literally usually just gotten done with the previous drawing, or I finished the other one like maybe 30 minutes to an hour prior, and then that's when I start my next drawing. You know, it's a very quick turnaround, not by choice. And I'm like, this is what I want to do. I want to be barely scraping by with my time. No, it just so happens that that's just how it just kind of falls into place. Anyways, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. So I got to get going. I was going to do. I did about 25 minutes. So this is 25 minutes of skull drawing. Not bad. Again, it could be better, of course. I could be a lot faster, and I usually do a much faster drawing if I mass out the background and I do the reductive method. It's just messier, and lately I want to try a different way, and I also have been talking a little bit more. And excuse me, talking actually slows down the drawing process because you're having to allocate some of your energy towards actually, kind of narrating what you're doing, Anyways, I hope you enjoy the progress of this drawing. If you want to see the finished product of these drawings, you can always follow my Instagram at Matt Pierson Art, or Twitter or Facebook, all at Matt Pierson Art. That's when I post. Oh, and TikTok at Matt Pierson Art. That's where I post the finished product. I would love to be able to sit down and do a full skull drawing. I would actually have to sit down for roughly about 2 hours straight to do a full skull drawing. Probably an hour and a half, an hour to 2 hours straight is how long it would take me to do a decent skull drawing, which I think is pretty fast, with all things considered. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the process of the drawing. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all that good fun stuff. I hope you have a wonderful, what day is it? Wednesday. That's what day it is. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you so much for the conversation. Do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.